Listen, I might tell you a joke, but I ain't never gonna tell you a lie.
It's about time we're making up. Told you wasn't with me waking up. Now you feel set up this heat.
So you want to become a nurse, but you don't know where to start. Don't worry, girl. I got you. My name is Amina, and in this video, I'm going to explain the first steps that you should take on your journey to becoming a nurse. So first things first, nursing is a science and a math-based career field. So when you're beginning to think, hey, I want to be a nurse, think about, are these your strong suits? Do you naturally have an inclination to math or to science? I knew this train was going to be a problem. Anyway, now it's the time to start buckling down on those subjects. You can look for like tutors or additional help if these subjects are not your strong point. If I'm looking down, because I have points on my laptop so I can make sure I get everything. But these are the topics that you want to get strong in, and look for tutors and look for help if this is what you know that you're going to do and you're not necessarily that strong. So secondly, you want to decide which path to go. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Sometimes your path is kind of already made for you depending on what age you're deciding that you want to be a nurse. If you're in the younger years, then you know that you can go the traditional route and you can do 4 years in a bachelor's in a bachelor's of science nursing program. By the end of your 4 years, you'll have your bachelor's of science, and then when you're finished your classes, you then would go to take your Nclex RN certification, and then you would get your license. And then if you decide to be a nurse at any other route or at a later time, you either can then take your 4-year degree and go to an accelerated nursing program, or you can work your way up. There are literally so many different ways that you can become a nurse. You're not limited to 1 or 2 routes. Understand that. Am I going to know all of them? No, girlfriend. But what I can tell you is that your routes are going to be based off of what certification you have. So let's say you want to just do a CNA or a patient care tech, right? You can then get your foot in the door in a hospital, and once you're in the hospital, they usually will offer tuition reimbursement and work your way up, all while getting experience in the field. Me personally, I didn't go the 4-year route. I didn't get into the nursing school that I wanted to go to. And I went to a regular state school. They did not accept me in their RN program. I kind of got like denied at the door before I even applied. And I was like, I don't got them grades. So I kind of was like, oh, whatever, screw it. But my heart is so in nursing that I came back to it, of course. And then when I finished graduating, I ended up going to a 1-year accelerated. Well, it was like a year and a half. Yeah, it was like a year and a half program at another college, but it was an accelerated program, and I only needed the prerequisites, the science prerequisites, and an additional degree to get into the program. Another thing that you want to do is you want to look up nursing programs in advance to see things like what their GPA requirement is. You want to know what funding options they have as far as like scholarships. Do they offer sports scholarships? Is there scholarships based off of a certain GPA? Do they require essays? Do they require, you know what I mean? Like, you want to kind of know what your funding options are. Do they have any options for single parent borrowers? Things like that, or parents that make less than whatever the cap is for a household. You want to be on the lookout for tuition help, because girl, school is expensive, and the last thing you want to do is pay loans when you get out. Is it possible? Absolutely. Will you make enough money? Absolutely. But if you don't have to, why struggle? So you also want to look at their Nclex pass rates. Let me say that one more time, sis. Your Nclex pass rates. You want to know if the schools you are going to are properly preparing future nurses to take this test. When I tell you that the Nclex can be a very trying test, it is very challenging, that you want to make sure that your school is doing their job at preparing you for it. That the students who attend this school are 95 or 89% of them are passing this test, which is the most important test, because it don't matter if you finish your BS10. If you don't have your RN license, girl, you ain't working in no hospital. I'm just saying. That is why I highly stress knowing what the school's pass rate is, because that's very important. It's going to make a big difference in your education and your preparedness to take and pass the Nclex. Like I said, because there are other pathways that you can go about this. Another thing, if you are starting your nursing journey later on in life, you want to also know that the schools you go to might require you to have some prerequisites. Like before you get into your nursing program, they may require you to have, like I said, some science or math prerequisites and pass them with a certain GPA before you can apply to the school of your choice. And step number 5, this is, I'm not gonna say it's top tier. I'm gonna say it. This is a very top tier step. Get clear on your why. Listen, I might tell you a joke, but I ain't never gonna tell you a lie. That is the top tier step that I can give you on this journey. My friend, my sis, my future nurse, listen, you have to get very clear on your why. Nursing school is challenging. The people you encounter are going to be challenging. You have to know the reason why you want to become a nurse, and that reason has to resonate with you. If it's your grandmom, if it's your, family member, or you experienced something, or you were in the hospital and you want to give the same kind of care that you got. For me, it was my little sister. My little sister was born in a NICU, and we were there for 3 months with her, making sure she was healthy and cared for and knew that she was loved. My mom literally never left the bedside until, I don't even know, like when it was time to change shifts and to go home and shower and then come right back. Like, my mom was one of them moms. But the love that I saw my mom give to my sister every single day. Then when I would come up on the days where I didn't have school, or even after school, and I would talk to the nurses, I would be there, I kind of would see what was going on, like a bird's eye view, like in the situation, like seeing what was going on. I knew that I wanted to give the same care to other babies. So along my journey, I wound up in the NICU, and I really appreciate the love and care that the nurses gave to my sister. So I'm doing my part to give that back to the babies who I encounter now in the NICU that I work at. So, I mean, hey, full circle moment, but get clear on your why. Get very clear on your why. You have some not very nice professors, and you have some professors that make learning very easy. But when the challenges arise, you have to cling to your why, and you have to be determined and know that whatever this challenge is, it too shall pass. I can overcome it. I am smart. I am well prepared. You have to literally talk these things into yourself, into your brain, and cling to your why. When I wanted to quit, I thought about my little sister. When I didn't want to be there no more, when I didn't want to study, I thought about how I would feel completing the task. And I'm gonna keep it a buck too. So I had a girlfriend. She still is my girlfriend. Hey, Nay. She was in the class behind me. So she came in the semester after I started. You know how embarrassing that would have been to be in her class? Like, what? Like, now I gotta explain myself. Now I gotta say, girl, I missed the class. Girl, I failed that class. And now me and her is in the same class because no. So, It was a lot of factors, I must say. But one thing about it, and two things for certain, I knew that I wanted to finish. And I wanted to finish, and I wanted to accomplish my goal so much. I wanted to be the nurse that cared for my sister. I wanted to give that care back to other babies. Guess who was up studying? Girl. Guess who made it to class? Let me tell y'all how my bumper was holding on by zip ties, okay? I was riding the shuttle bus. But best believe I rode that bus every single class period because it wasn't getting ready to be me. So that's my advice to y'all as far as nursing school goes. If you have any specific questions, leave a comment because I will be happy to answer. Follow me if you want to see more nursing content, level up content, and even fashion content because girl, I got you. And know that anything is possible. I took the non-traditional route and I worked my butt off, and here I am 3 years of nursing later. I'm finally in the NICU and I can't be nothing but more appreciative. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.